I ate his up. I cooked him. Now, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, he cooked me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But what you stands is not gonna do it. What you saltines ain't gonna do is try to come here and be like, I didn't affect him. Stop it. Because that shows that y'all ain't real hip hop fans.
You gotta look at Eminem's life. Eminem's been sheltered his whole life with security. So Eminem probably got mad anxiety. He probably can't even be by himself and walk through a mall. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me at the most craziest gas station in any hood in America. He'd be like, that you, Zeno? Somebody, yo, let me get that picture. Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you, his fans like him because he's white. They don't fuck with us. Let me try to make fuck Eminem. I dusted Eminem. Rap Elvis, bitch. Yeah.
Okay. It's 2025 and Benzino still out here trying to bait Eminem to respond, but M ain't said a single word about Dude since Doomsday Part 2 dropped. Now Zeno talking like M used him for clout, built his street cred off their early 2000s beef, then tossed him to the side. According to Benzino, he's the reason Eminem was ever seen as controversial, raw, or real. And yeah, back then the beef did make headlines, but let's keep it a buck. M bodied him with the sauce and nail in the coffin, then dropped 8 Mile, won an Oscar, and straight ran the 2000s. Meanwhile, Benzino lost the source, lost the culture, and somehow still think he the main character. And while M stay unbothered by all that barking, somebody else decided to chime in, and you already know who it is. 50 Cent, M's Ride or Die. 50 pulled up on Instagram to troll Benzino, and now the two of them going back and forth while M probably sitting somewhere, pen in hand, laughing to himself. So let's break it down. What exactly Benzino said, how 50 flipped it and made the whole thing go viral again, and why Eminem's silence right now is speaking louder than any diss track could. Okay, so in case you missed it, Benzino just dropped a new freestyle and the whole internet is roasting him, saying this gotta be the hottest song in the senior citizen community right now. And you already know Curtis Jackson wasn't gonna hold back. 50 threw the clip up on his X account with the caption, "Yo, this the worst Sabat I heard this year. The fuck wrong with him?"
Just posted it, right? And I'm like, this nigga really fuck with Zeno, huh? I mean, what you should be doing, Kurt, is explaining to little Bruce Leroy while Sleeves and Diddy and a bunch of niggas was slutting around. I think you're gonna have to owe him an explanation when he gets older. Don't act like we ain't see you on the beach with your Bugs Bunny plate with the camera taking pictures, yeah. You was in your feelings, huh? Nah, Curtis, it's not a good look. But I tell you what, though. The boxing challenge still there, Curtis, for the celebrity. I'm down to make a couple of M's. I'll go 3 rounds with your goofy ass. That's number 1.
He's 60 years old, bro. Nah, this ain't it. Of course, Benzino couldn't let that slide and clapped back at 50 right away. Benzino fired back by taking a swipe at 50's baby mama, Daphne, bringing up her ties to Diddy, and then went full wild card, challenging 50 to a boxing match. But if you're wondering why 50 even wastes time clowning Benzino, it all comes down to loyalty. One thing about 50, he gon' ride for his people till the wheels fall off, and Eminem sits at the very top of that list. Remember, M, the one who took a chance on 50 when the whole industry was scared to touch him. So when Benzino went at M back in the early 2000s, that stamped him as a lifetime op in 50's book. And now Zeno trying to spin the block again, calling M sheltered, saying he won't leave the house without security, while bragging that he can move anywhere solo with no issue. Now, Benno not wrong, Eminem ain't grow-up gangster, but here's the thing, M never once claimed he did, so Zeno talking in circles, making no sense at all. And the wild part, he back to taking shots at M again when just last year on Drink Champs, he was literally in tears talking about him, begging him to meet up face-to-face and squash the beef. But fast forward to now and Benzino back on his BS trolling both M and 50. To really get the context, you gotta rewind to 2002 when M dropped his 4th studio album, The Eminem Show. The Source magazine rated it 4 mics out of 5, but M felt it deserved a perfect score. That's when he started dissing The Source and its co-founder Benzino. M was convinced the only reason Zeno wouldn't give him 5 mics was cause he's white. From there, the back and forth lit up. Zeno started calling M a culture vulture and even dubbed him the 2003 Vanilla Ice. And then on his diss track, Pull Up Your Skirt.
Look at Eminem's life. Eminem's been sheltered his whole life with security. So Eminem probably got mad anxiety. He probably can't be by himself and walk through a mall. Of course, I'm sure he would get mobbed, but just feeling safe. Like his whole life he's been.
This is in Boston or something like that. How did everybody feel about that?
Nobody paid attention to that.
Right.
Eminem did not grow up gangster, and Eminem knows that. Eminem.
Nothing against Eminem. Got nothing against Eminem. Eminem can rap, but I care about us more. I don't want to go through. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want. For 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem. The fuck you want me to do? Come on, man. My daughter came into the industry figuring that, hey, I gotta be cool with Eminem because everybody's against my dad. You think this shit is fucking cool? Nah, man. We're failing as a people. I don't hate Eminem. I don't know him to hate him. I don't hate white people. I'm tired of this shit, man. It's just too much. I don't want to be the bad guy. I got an 8-year-old son that I dropped off at school this morning. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm all right. I don't want my DMs filled with... I've had 9 pages knocked down, 1 million. White people think I love all people. Come on, man. All me and Eminem got to do is sit down and talk with each other. Let's sit down and talk. Let's battle. Let's do whatever. But let's at least face to face meet each other.
If that was to happen, would you give him a 5?
Fuck it, man. I'd hug him.
Benzino claimed M's race was the only reason he blew up the way he did. Zeno rapped, 5 shades darker, you'd be cannabis, and no one would care about your complicated rhyme style. What you know about pumping on the block till you freeze? What you know about cutting up rocks, ducking detectives? What you know about facing a grand jury indictment? As far as I'm concerned, you just industry excitement. Later on, though, Benzino tried to backtrack a little, telling MTV he didn't have an issue with Eminem personally, but with the machine and the double standard in hip-hop. He said, certain media outlets take to Eminem and look at him as the savior of hip-hop, the #1 in hip-hop, and they don't recognize the guys out here that created hip-hop. Eminem, according to Benzino, was just the hood ornament for the machine. Zeno said, you think I could grab my crotch and put my ass in people's faces the way he does? No way. But as long as the color of his skin and his eyes fits what America wants, it's all right. And on Pull Up Your Skirt, he even claimed M ran to his manager asking him to handle the beef for him. But M wasn't having it. He clapped back with not 1, but 4 diss tracks and straight up denied ever asking his team to squash anything. Then Benzino tried to turn it up another notch with Die Another Day, where he included a recorded phone call between himself and M's manager, Paul Rosenberg. But Benzino didn't stop there. He crossed a whole other line when he brought up Eminem's daughter, Haley. And he didn't just mention her, he straight up threatened her, implying she could suffer the same fate as John Benet Ramsey, the child beauty queen who was tragically killed at 6 years old. On Die Another Day, Zeno rapped, tell Haley it ain't safe no more, daddy better watch your back at the candy store. You fed up, resorts to playing BFI around and she end up like John Benet Ramsey.
Paul Rosenberg or Rosenthal? Who's calling? It's Benzino. Hello? Yeah, who's this? Paul. Yeah, Paul's Benzino. How you doing, man? I'm not doing too good. I mean, Steve told me that you want to talk to me, so I'm calling back. Yeah, well, I spoke to... He sounds like a little whiny little bitch that you know what I'm saying, that stays behind security and stays in the studio and blocked away from society, that he can say whatever he wants. You see, I'm not that fucking dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude, man, about Boston niggas extorting Dave and everything. What type of shit is that? The real extortion is him extorting hip-hop from fucking dumb streets. That's the real extortion here. You knew what he was gonna do. You knew the songs. You knew what he said about me. You knew these conversations he had with Fat Chuck. You knew all this shit. No. You should have these peaceful conversations with him. Listen, the only thing that I knew, that if you can't turn this into a thing against me, you and I don't have a problem. Oh, I don't. This isn't. You're a part. Listen, you manage Elvis. You're a part of him. You're a part of him. You're just as much of a part of him. You run Shady Records. You're a part of him. You're a part of that movement. The only happened already? Well, you know what? I didn't want it to happen in the first place. I spoke to Dave after I heard about the first record, and I was like, Dave, what's up? Why, where's this coming from? And he was like, he's got some things he wanted to get off his chest. And, I'm saying, but I mean, is the call, like, what's the call for? Like, I mean, he's already dropped his record, like, you guys made your move, so what is really the call for? Oh, I just wanted to see if there's any way that, we can make peace of the situation. I don't want it to get out of hand.
Then he doubled down, claiming he was only giving M a taste of his own medicine because Eminem had name-dropped his son Ray Ray first on The Sauce, where he spit, "Here's a poster of Ray Ray and his dad. You want to talk about some song you don't know about? Yeah, let's talk about how you putting your own son out there to try to eat off him because you missed your boat." And while it's true M did bring up Benzino's kid first, he wasn't threatening Ray Ray. He was calling Benzino out as a father, accusing him of using his son for clout and trying to stay relevant through him. At the end of the day, this whole back and forth just shows the difference between Eminem and Benzino's legacies. M let the music and his career speak for itself, while Benzino still reaching 2 decades later, trying to rewrite history. 50 gon' keep clowning, Benzino gon' keep trolling. But Eminem, he don't even gotta say a word. His silence already louder than anything Zeno could ever drop.